Hey everyone, welcome to another video on Hunting Season Rebirth on Roblox. First, I want to apologize for taking so long to release this video because I took a very long break from Roblox. But today, I will be guiding you on how to godlike every single crawler, although in this video I will not be including Zero, because soloing Zero would be in another video entirely. Plus, there isn't a time where you have to godlike Zero. Also, remember, it can take time to do this. For some, it can take a while, and for some, it can take less time. This is a difficult task, and it is totally okay if it is hard to complete this. Difficulty of defeating a crawler is also different for everyone. Some people hate the Exocrawler, and some people hate the PROTOCRAWLER more. Not everyone is a Dark Souls master. I sure as heck am not. So just remember that throughout the video, it's okay if you take a while to do this. First off, we will start with weapons. I'm going to go from least recommended to best recommended. First off, with the Fireaxe. The Fireaxe is really cool because it does a lot of damage and has a chance to land a crit. But unfortunately, I wouldn't recommend this for your first godlike due to the charge up time for each hit. The stamina it uses is also big as well. And you would generally have to use the hyper perk or a cola mid-battle unless you want this battle to take a long time. Unless you're confident in drinking a cola when it does the scream attack, I would not recommend using this weapon. Next we have the Machete. The Machete is a very fast and powerful weapon and can end a battle relatively quickly. I think it's really cool, but the main issue is the amount of stamina it uses. You would definitely have to have the hyper perk or a cola to really use this to full effectiveness. Next, we got the UV stick. Don't get me wrong, the UV stick is great and can end a fight very quickly because of its sheer power and after damage. But once again, you're facing a crawler one-on-one, and you need to be very aware of stamina. The UV stick uses the same amount of stamina as the axe. That's a lot of stamina, so I would not put this on the top of my list for something I'd want to use for a godlike. Next, we have the pipe. The pipe does decent damage and uses about a dodge's worth of stamina, and it is easier to manage that stamina as well. So if you have to take some times to roll before you hit again, that's alright. You would have even more luck if you had the hyper perk or a can of cola. Next is the knife. This is my personal favorite weapon. You basically don't even have to worry about stamina with the knife, except if you're soloing an Arachnicrawler. It doesn't do a lot of damage and isn't as fast as the Crowbar. It's definitely a weapon that leans more towards stamina economy more than damage, so I would absolutely recommend this. Next, and the top of my list, would be the Crowbar. I would recommend this because you basically don't have to worry about stamina that much anymore. It's fast, does good damage, and is fun if you want to be very aggressive. I would highly recommend this for your first godlike. Now at this part of the video, I'm going to rank the crawlers from hardest to easiest to godlike. First we have the Dreadcrawler. This crawler has a variety of attacks and requires focus to beat, and some say the Dreadcrawler is an attack spammer. If you want to godlike this crawler, I'd recommend learning how to dodge the laser beam. If you're in close range, run backwards until you can dodge to the left or right to avoid the beam. If you're far away already and have a good distance, just wait for it to lift its head when it beams at you. Also, remember to listen and watch for its launching its ranged attack at you. Next crawler is the Wretch. This crawler can vary. It can either be a good challenge or as hard as the Dreadcrawler. So you want to use the same kind of strategy. Just watch out for its laser beams by running backwards and dodging to the left or right before it lifts it up. And also watch for its ranged attacks. Other than that, it has the normal attacks, which is slamming on the ground. Next crawler is the Arachnicrawler. I know many of you have the worst time with the Arachnicrawler because if you're too far away or you don't dodge out of the web attack, then it spawns a bunch of little spiders that eat you up. Fun fact, it's easier to solo and godlike this crawler than to fight with multiple people. If you dodge the attacks, it will not spawn little spiders. So the only thing you would have to worry about is dodging the web attack. To dodge that, you need to listen for that hiss sound when it's rolling up its web, or you can watch for its arms rolling up the web. And if you dodge at any point in time while it's doing that hiss or rolling up its web, you will completely dodge the web attack. Although, watch your stamina. Even with a knife, you can lose all your stamina against this one. So have a cola or the hyper perk on you, or if you want to just, straight up manage your stamina, dodge multiple times, and extend the amount of time it takes to kill this, then good luck. Next is the Exocrawler. This one, personally, is the easiest to godlike. The attacks aren't as aggressive as other crawlers. It's easier to read its attacks since it literally comes in and out of existence. Most people have an issue with this scream attack and it jump scaring you pretty much every time it attacks. But as long as you watch closely and listen closely, you will learn to dodge it. I had a very difficult time with this crawler when I was first starting out. So don't worry about stamina on this monster either, because it takes time between its attacks. And that's all I got for the Godlike guide. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you can, it would really help if you liked and subscribed. And I want to say good luck on your hunts.